What's happening, guys? Jason here, and we are back with my 2013 Mustang Boss 302. So it's the day after Christmas, and the day after Christmas brings car parts. And I got car parts for the Boss 302, obviously. So what the problem here is it has the dreaded MT-82 7,000 RPM shifter lockout problem. And it just really doesn't like to shift at 6,000 and above. So we are going to be doing the two most common mods to fix that, and we'll see what happens. So the two common mods are the shifter bracket, which try to get you where you can see and I can see, is this guy right here. And it's this flimsy little stamped steel thing that goes up in there, and that controls your shifter, which is a problem. And then the other problem is the transmission mount itself, which is up in here, and you can't really tell, but it's very squishy in there. So we have the Steeda replacement right here, and over there we have the shifter bracket. So I'm going to gather up some tools, and I will show you how to do this. Okay, so I've got the tools required for the job right here. We've got our hide-and-go-seek world champion 10mm. We have a 15mm and a 13mm. So here's the tool itself that we're using. Try not to get you shadows. But it's a Barton shifter bracket, and it's pretty simple how it goes together. This guy right here bolts up to the top of the transmission tunnel, and this guy slides into it and over the back of the shifter mount. Easy peasy. So we've got... it's really hard to hold a headlamp and film for y'all, but there's a 10mm there and a 10mm there. Two long extensions. The guys will pop right out. So stay tuned while I do that, and we'll see what the next step is. Okay, so our two bolts are out now, which gives us access to this stamped steel bracket right here, and we're just gonna see how this exactly comes out of there. I'm assuming it just pulls in a downward direction. Yeah, I think it's going to require both of my hands to do, but I'm pretty sure we're just going to work it down and out and go from there. Okay, so what was causing my little issue was this guy right here. It clipped onto the stud and it didn't want to come back down. And then just a whole lot of muscle and a screwdriver, and this guy worked its way out. So here's your factory shifter bushing right here. I really like the factory zip ties and the stamped steel bracket that would hold up in a an electrical pipe. Okay, so now that we are got the old one off, we're going to be putting the new one on right here. Now, I was having some issues, so I had to actually go in and look up the instructions for this thing, because these two meet together like this, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense from a mechanical standpoint as it goes to anything else. I had it like this right here, which seemed like it matched up smoother to me. That's not how you do it with this thing. So yeah, we're going to bolt this guy up to the ceiling with this right here facing toward the rear of the vehicle. So the riveted plate toward the rear of the vehicle. And then once this is bolted into place, this guy right here will slide up to it, lock into the transmission, and we will be done. Okay, so let's see if I can get this dang thing to focus. Yeah, so once that locks into place right there, then the bottom collar goes around the bottom piece of it right here, and then you tighten these 13mm up, and problem solved. Your shifter is in place, which may not be able to get a ratchet in there. I may have to use a ratchet wrench, but we'll see. Yeah, I think ratchet wrench is going to be the better option. But we'll go ahead and get those two tightened up, and that part of this procedure is done. Okay, so our final installed product looks a little something like that right there. So yeah, just tighten down both sides and make sure you slide the collar all the way toward the back as far as it'll go. Give you a little bit of clearance so it don't rattle. And yeah, tighten it down, and that should be that. I'm not pulling the car down until I'm done entirely, but we'll check out the shifter feel as soon as we're done here. Okay, so I've got the transmission supported with a air bladder jack right here, but any jack will do. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this transmission cross member off, and that involves 4 bolts, 18 millimeters here, 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 and here, and then 2 15 millimeter transmission bolts. So once those pop out, transmission cross member will drop down, and we should be good to go. And Mr. Cross member just drops out. Okay, so here's our transmission mount itself, and what's going to happen here is we are going to use this guy to fill in the gaps up there. So yeah. Okay, so here's the unit itself, and basically what we do is it's going to slide into place right there. Unless Ford already did this on the Boss 302, but I mean, you can see how flexible that is, so I'm assuming no. So basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the included grease, which is this stuff right here, and we're just going to slather it completely all over this guy and get it, you know, nice and lubed up to where it'll slide in up there. And we'll probably have to use some channel locks or something to that effect to squeeze this in there. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all greased up and go from there. Okay, so the transmission mount is lubed up, and the lube is much stickier than you would think it is. If you've ever seen the Aliens movies with the things that drool, that stuff, that's kind of what this stuff is. It's horrid. Sticks all to you, but it goes into there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use our channel locks here to squeeze this in. Now, unfortunately, I'm on phone today because my GoPro battery is dead. I don't have a tripod for the phone, so you're not going to be able to see this. But basically, I'm just going to be using channel locks to squish it into place. And yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so just a little bit of working at it right there, and voila, it is in place. And what we're going to do now is put the transmission cross member back in, and we are done. And the shifter lockout issue should be fixed on this car. So yeah, next thing you'll see, it'll be down on the ground, and we'll be running it through its paces. Lockout is no more. I can actually rev this thing out. So yeah, the driveline is so much, the shifter itself is a lot crisper than it was, and the driveline has a little more vibration to it with that stator transmission mount. So, you know, who knows which one actually fixed it, but the combination together, before, I mean, it would take me a good 3 seconds to shift just trying to get it into gear with those floppy mounts and everything. I'm assuming it was the shifter mount that did it, but I can definitely feel a driveline difference with the the Stita inserts. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the video and how you fix that shifter lockout. It's annoying, and car's a completely different animal now. So, as always, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you enjoy these videos and you want to see more.